4 joves hem visitat Cisjordània, Palestina, l'estiu del 2017, amb la brigada de l'Associació Catalana per la Pau. Hem estat acollits per l'organització Palestinian Farmers Union, una associació camperola que treballa amb cooperatives de petits productors agraris palestins, i hem pogut conèixer la realitat de famílies camperoles palestines que viuen sota l'ocupació israeliana. En el segon capítol de la nostra brigada anem fins a la zona desèrtica de Jordan Valley. Ens desplacem fins a Tubàs, al nord-est. Rashid ens acompanya i ens explica molt clarament com està la situació en aquesta zona tan especial.
Put it just in our community, in our farm, and
en una petita estona en cotxe ja podem veure el control d'Israel sobre el territori. La majoria de zones són àrea C. Israel se les ha apropiat i les posa sota la llei militar.
And you can see some of the trees there and some houses. This is Palestinian farmers.
En Rashid ens explica que també hi ha famílies d'agricultors palestins que es resisteixen en aquesta zona i que viuen constantment sota l'amenaça de que els facin fora. Més tard visitem una família que realment resisteix. Està encerclada per tot arreu per un checkpoint, una zona d'ús militar i una base militar. Ens donen a tastar una mena de iogurts de cabra d'elaboració pròpia. Realment boníssims.
It's like almost we speak about the most family in area C, they are shepherd. They own camel, they own goats, sheep, they cow, and traveling in the whole our field, as you see the goats and the sheep, and you can see the water tank, like that's one, the yellow or the water tank there. See, this is how they bring the water from area A, and they leave it in the water tank, and later this is how they can bring or give it to the goats and the sheep, and this is how they can resist also. The whole green land down the houses, that's Jordanian. It used to be the gate here under the road, you see? Yeah. And now it's closed totally. And before we was having really very easy to export the product because it used to be like no border and no control. We are in the Jordan Valley Solidarity Campaign Center. The idea of to build it in 24 hours is to learn how we can build any house Israeli destroy, and just reply and build it for the farmers, for the family, to make him resist and staying in our village and area. And the Israeli plan is to kick all people from area C or close military firing zone area to the area A, to the center, you know, to put people like in a huge jail and to confiscate all other part of the Jordan Valley. Yeah, this is the main road, we call it Road 90. But for the Israeli, it's really strategic and important to connect the 48 area of Israel, Tel Aviv, Samri, with the Dead Sea and with Jerusalem and with the whole settlement in the Jordan Valley. And this is why they're focusing and they control. And this is why they're focusing about Jordan Valley, because
ens sentim de veres en una presó gegant, en la qual els palestins tenen poc marge de mobilitat.
The Israeli colony, it's called Maskiyot.
Cada dia que passa entenem més el lema To exist is to resist.
In Maskiyot, they came in 2006 from the colony which used to be around Gaza before, and they are really just and using a lot of violence and attack against the community where they are. This community we call it Ain al-Halwa. Like as you see this block again, they say fire area enter forbidden. It's everywhere, just also next to the house they put it one. Also here up they put it 2 block for 2 side. And how is close military firing zone for the Palestinian farmers? And it's not a close military for the Israeli settlers. And if you look into this water line, this water line is coming from our village in the north, from Bardala village, passing 3 other Palestinian village going to the settlement, and the whole farmers in the area, they are not allowed to access to this water line. This is one of the main really height for the farmers in Jordan Valley. They are not allowed to have water for animals, for the house, for farmers. And the same, the electricity line. It's just up to the house, and the whole family, they are not allowed to access to the electricity. And if you go to the, or if you're looking from far outside, you can see the settlement, how is the trees, green area, and really housing, building, and having all the right, which they're coming just since like in 2006, and now they have the whole right, and the whole farmers in the Jordan Valley and family, they don't have any kind of right. You see, this is a block again, fire area. Okay, it's like how fire area and the settlement up there. It's called Makhola settlement. This is water line. It's coming from the Israeli water wheel now. And after they control the water, what they did, they cut the big water line. They cut it from the middle and they connected with small line. This is the one which we are allowed to use it now for the whole village. The one which is going to the settlement, to Makhola settlement. And in Makhola settlement we speak about 400 settlers living there. They're having the water line like this. And of course they take time, at least 5 times more than the whole 5,000 Palestinians who living still in Bardala village.
Passem per davant d'un punt de control d'aigua d'Israel. És una situació una mica tensa. Hi ha un colon d'un assentament aquí dins, i va armat. Rashid ens ho vol ensenyar. És la viva imatge de com controlen l'aigua al seu gust.
You see his weapon, his back.
Per últim, acompanyem el Rashid al seu hort de Bardala, a regar-lo i a cuidar les oliveres. Només té aigua 2 dies a la setmana. Agraïm molt a en Rashid que també ens hagi obert les portes de casa seva. Tot i els 40 graus de mitjana, ens hi quedaríem uns dies més, però hem de seguir el nostre camí.